What's up, everybody? I'm Marco Messina.
And I'm Michael Cantaris.
And welcome to Italian Football TV. Today, I want to bring up an idea, something that I've been seeing in the media, something that you and I believe in, and it's, should Italians support Juventus in the Champions League? It's a touchy subject. You know, Italians, especially in Italy, Milan, Inter, Roma, Napoli fans, feel very close to their teams and they don't want to support another Italian team in the Champions League final. They'd rather a Real Madrid win just so that their rivalry stays. But others, including me, living in America, understanding that everyone over here is a Real Madrid and Barcelona fan, I'd always rather see an Italian team win. And I bring this up because Spalletti recently said, I'm going to be supporting Juventus in the Champions League final because they deserve to win the treble. And Bruno Perez, his player on the opposite hand, said, I'm supporting Real Madrid. What do you think about this?
Now, I want to go to Spalletti for a second. Yeah. I honestly believe that, you know, the Italians or Italian supporters, Serie A supporters, should be supporting the Italian teams just because if you go against them and, you know, if the other team wins, it comes back to the league at the end of the day. Like, if you want Juve to win, whatever, Juve wins the league, it shows that whoever's in the league is stronger than you think, like the outsiders and stuff. And a lot of old school Italians, I feel like, whenever we ask, I feel like we always get the same answer, like, like Inter fans, Milan fans, Roma, Napoli, whatever. They're always like against Juve, in Europe especially. And just because the rivalry, they don't really think about it's gonna impact their league negatively or something like that. And I think that's the biggest impact for sure. And I want to go back to what Spalletti said. Did Spalletti say that because they deserved it, or like how we said, or because it's an Italian team? He
specifically said because Juventus deserve it.
Now
I respect him for saying.
Now, if he said that, if they didn't deserve, would he still support them? Because if they're Italian team or not? That's what I want.
A lot have been you know, players who played for Juventus and played for Real Madrid. You know, some Italians have said like, oh, I'm supporting Juventus, or I'm supporting Real Madrid. And I just think that for me, you know, I'm a Juventus fan, and I supported Inter in the 2010 when they were in the final against Bayern Munich and against Barcelona, especially in that semifinal, just because I would rather an Italian triumph. I see it almost like the Italian national team, where I just rather people recognize the league as a whole, and Inter winning in 2010 brought so much recognition to the league as a whole. Inter came on that USA tour in New York, and so many fans who never liked Inter before came into this league and showed Serie A a little bit better, in a better limelight. And I think that if Juventus do win the Champions League final, even if they don't, it shows a lot that the Serie A is a strong league. I mean, many will make the argument that it's not because it just says, oh, Juventus are strong. But I think it brings awareness to our league. It helps us build as a whole. Yeah. And like Marotta said, Juventus want a more competitive league. They wanted Conte to Inter because it helps grow the brand. And I believe that if Serie A grows, every single other team grows because the revenue goes up, teams can invest more, TV rights go up, and that includes your money. My idea, this is my philosophy right now. I know it's easy for me to say, you might say, because Juventus are on top right now, but I was doing this even when Juventus were in 7th place. I hate every other team when we play in Serie A. I don't support Inter, Milan, Roma, Napoli, and I would never expect anyone else to support Juve in there. But when it gets to Europe, I just have that us against the world mentality where I just don't want a German team to win. I don't want an English team to win. I don't want a Spanish team to win just because I'd rather an Italian team to win.
And yeah, I agree with your philosophy there, but it makes sense. It helps the league after all. If you win the Champions League, say they win it, it's going to bring more awareness to the Serie A. Everyone's going to be like, oh, let me check out this league.
It means more money.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And just especially the old school Italians, that annoys me just because the derby, they have so much, like, the rivalry really, it's from when they were a kid or something. They really hated the other team regardless of what competition they were playing.
And I think that a lot of this comes out of the location of where you are. Because if you're in Italy, you're dealing with, okay, let's say you're a Milan fan, you live in Milano, you're dealing with these Juventus fans always celebrating, always celebrate. So you don't want them to keep celebrating because then they say, oh, we're the best, we're the best. You know, so I get that. Like, I get it living in Italy. But for me, especially living in the United States, there's no way I can ever go against Milan or Roma or Napoli in the Champions League just because then I have to hear from these Real Madrid, Manchester United fans who are not really fans. They just support the clubs because they were doing well. So I get that, and I think that it really is based off interpretation, but it would be amazing if we could really stick together and unify just in Europe alone. Like, okay, let's all get to the top. Let's get freaking Crotone, Juventus, Milan in the Champions League semifinals. And then we'll fight it out from there. Once Italy is on the top, they're the best league in the world, then I don't want anyone to support each other. That's fine by me.
That's true. I do feel like it does derive from Italy, though. I feel like as soon as there's more generations like outside of Italy, I feel like they would start supporting the Italian teams more. Just because it's just a hate of rivalry it is that it started in Italy.
And again, in the Serie A, of course, you know, there's friendly rivalries, and it's fun to have that little bit of banter. You know, you can respect a team and respect, you know, I have family, my grandpa is an Inter fan, you know, like to him, I won't say this, like I won't say like, oh, I wanted to support Inter there, just because it's like a friendly rivalry, but at the end of the day, I'd rather an Italian team win than a German or English or Spanish. Anyway, guys, we know this is a touchy subject. I think it goes based off where you are, person by person basis, but it would be amazing if we could get that support. So let us know in the comment section below, what is your take on this subject? Do you support the Italian teams in Europe when they play, or do you not? Let us know, and we'll talk to you soon. Ciao ragazzi.